Мы находимся на MRO Russia, где только что закончилась пленарная сессия, и общаемся с нашим спикером Ricardo Genova, экс-директор EASA по стандартизации авиационных норм и правил. Ricardo, first of all, thank you for joining us. And let's talk about new ideas regarding oversight. And my first question is about new roles in authorities and some new concepts, maybe of custom-made regulations.
Yes, we are evolving into a completely new scenario. So far, the oversight regulations, the role of stakeholders has been very, very passive. Now we are entering introducing new concepts in which the stakeholders and authorities they share responsibilities in terms of safety. The authorities basically what they do is they tell the stakeholders, I know what you're doing. You know better than me the possibilities you have at hand. You know better than me the problems you're facing. So study them, analyze this problem, and bring me which solutions are you going to apply. And the role of the authority in this new relationship is to check whether the solutions proposed by the stakeholders are reasonable, whether the stakeholder have the means, the tools to apply these solutions, and in the end check that the solutions once applied are effective. Basically, so far the role of authority inspectors has mostly been to go to the stakeholder with a checklist, checking this and that, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. In the future, they will still use the checklist, but their job will have an ever bigger analytical component. They must effectively check that these things are in place, but they must be able to form a mental image of how things are going, to get this information, that, and with all this information build this image and be able to analyze how this image they have built will evolve in the future, whether this will affect the safety of the system or not. It's a more proactive way of doing things, and also it is very important that this system fully involves the stakeholders in what is safety and to maintain the safety levels that are required by the authorities.
Okay, and what are the new concepts of safety management?
This is in fact the new concept of safety management. I like to say that safety is like breathing. We are breathing unconsciously, but we're doing this, and this is essential for us to be alive. Safety is the same. Safety in an organization cannot be a layer, cannot be a division within the organization. Safety must be embodied in all the activities of the organization, so that the people working in the organization, without being aware of this, they are continuously managing safety. And if you have safety as a layer, if you have safety as an independent organization, you need to continuously be aware that they are there. And maybe sometimes you will forget, and if you do that, there will be a breach in safety. If, on the contrary, everything that you are doing has a safety component inside, when you're working with this, you're also working with safety. This is basically the new concept of safety management.
Okay, thank you. And my last question is, could you tell please in more details what is the concept of the single European sky?
The single European sky is a need for European, is a need for aviation. We have a big problem in Europe. Europe is the territory of Europe is very complex in terms of aviation. The density of traffic is very high. The complexity is also high because we have big hubs spread all across Europe, and we have countries, as for example my country Spain, that are fully dependent on air transport because tourism for us is a very, very important part of our economy, and we had big problems in the late 90s with traffic delays, cancellations of flights. This cost a lot of money for operators, for the public as well. And it was proposed in the early 2000s to completely restructure the system. We in Europe, I like to say, we in Europe don't have borders anymore. The only borders we still have in Europe are the FIR limits. We have every country is responsible of its airspace. Every country has their systems to control the traffic. There is no harmonization of these systems. There is no homogeneity between them. Sometimes systems don't talk to each other, and the concept of the single European sky is to solve these issues, not only restructuring the airspace, also introducing new technologies that may help the system to be more efficient, to be even more, to be safer than it is. And this includes, for example, solutions that have been put in place by the single European sky, the concept of remote towers. Now we have they operating in Scandinavia, in London City, the airport. The traffic is not controlled from the airport; it's controlled from elsewhere. We have solutions that will be put in place when the whole Galileo system is deployed, and basically this is a one of many projects we have in Europe to fully harmonize and fully integrate our territory.
Thank you. And one more last question is about MRO Russia. What is your impression of this show?
I have been I've been surprised seeing the data on evolution of traffic here in Russia. I think you are doing a big effort in this respect. The safety levels for operations in Russia have improved. You made a big effort introducing new fleets and developing your airspace. I've been surprised.
Okay. Thank you for the interesting dialogue. Напомню, это выставка и конференция MRO Russia. До встречи в следующем эфире.